With Black Friday right around the corner, we want to take a look at 10 absolutely amazing and ultimate PlayStation 4 game deals that you can find. These deals are absolutely insane and expect them to go out of stock relatively quickly, so if you want them, make sure you're pretty quick about it depending on where you shop. These deals are so great, so let's get right into this. Assassin's Creed Origins for $29. Assassin's Creed Origins released less than a month ago. It's Ubisoft's latest and one of the most iconic franchises in all of gaming right now. After taking a year off in 2016, Ubisoft really got it right with Assassin's Creed Origins, creating an absolutely amazing and enormous world to explore. With beautiful and lush environments and visuals, this is a game that will absolutely absorb you. The story isn't top tier, but everything else about Assassin's Creed Origins is so good, and for just $29 at Walmart, it is a steal.
Because we wanted the player to be able to cat and mouse with the AI. So you don't get detected right. They might see you, they might see a threat, but they might not recognize the true threat that it is. So they need to come closer, they need to investigate. This allows you to start splitting groups up. Combined with sleep darts, with poison, you can really manipulate the environment.
From the level design, already you can really sneak into a lot of locations, you know. You can sneak into forts, into camps that you're...
Horizon Zero Dawn for $19. Horizon Zero Dawn was the latest game from Guerrilla Games, one of Sony's ace studios, and they were known mostly for their work on the Killzone franchise. Horizon Zero Dawn is far different than Killzone, which is a sci-fi first-person shooter. Rather, Horizon Zero Dawn is a post-apocalyptic open-world action RPG. Hands down, this is one of the best-looking console games that you're gonna find. It is jaw-dropping, and what you also have is very unique gameplay, great storytelling, and a pretty good amount of content. And for just $19 at Walmart, if you have a PS4 and you don't own Horizon yet, make sure you pick it up.
It's based on bows and spears, and it's kind of Bronze Age technology.
We have arrows that give you flame, but they come from robot parts that create flames.
She can also use weaponry that she shoots off of the machines. And obviously she's got her wide variety of bows.
And these bows have different ammo types, like explosives, or you can set them on fire, or you can stun them with electricity. If you focus scan an enemy, you can see what kind of weaknesses they have. Then you can...
Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus for $25. Another very recent release, Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus is the follow-up to Wolfenstein The New Order, and The New Colossus builds upon everything The New Order got right. You've got your great gameplay, you've got your great first-person gameplay, a pretty good story that gets a little bit zany by the end, but still solid overall, a great cast of characters, and while it is a single-player first-person shooter, you're getting a solid campaign out of your money. It's only $25 at Best Buy and GameStop, so this is a great price for one of the better games of the year. The Evil Within 2 for $25. Speaking of some of the better games of the year, The Evil Within 2 is another one of them, the follow-up to The Evil Within. However, The Evil Within 2, you can jump right in, no problem. Although I would recommend you to check out the first Evil Within, that's a good game as well, but The Evil Within 2 is a better game. The Evil Within has really set the bar for survival horror games this generation. They are great games from the gameplay, storytelling, atmosphere. It just does that really well. If you're a fan of the Resident Evil games, The Evil Within is going to be right up your alley, and for just $25, The Evil Within 2 is a great pickup.
Greatest entertainments must come to an end.
Enough art school bullshit! Where is she?
We have the same goal, Sebastian. We can help each other. Join me.
Keep
shooting until they're dead or we run out.
Destiny 2 for $27. The first Destiny game was one of the most anticipated games this generation. The hype surrounding that game was absolutely enormous, and many would say that it didn't live up to the expectations. However, through updates and expansions, the experience that Destiny offered got better and better, and that was parlayed into Destiny 2. Destiny 2 is a lot more of the same from Destiny, but you've got more content, better visuals, and a deeper experience. Considering this is another very recent release for just $27 at GameStop, it is another great pickup.
Our numbers will continue to dwindle. We can no longer protect ourselves, much less the survivors. We all know what needs to be done.
Get up close and personal with Gulp, put a bullet in his head, then maybe eat a sandwich.
Prey for $19. Prey was probably one of the more underrated games this year. It was an excellent game by Arcane Studios, a first-person shooter that starts off as a very linear experience, but it's got that Metroidvania style to it that as you unlock more abilities and weapons, the world starts to open up more and more for you, and it's actually got a really solid amount of content to it, and along with the content, you've got a great atmosphere, a really unique story that keeps you hooked, and for just $19 at Best Buy, this is a game a lot of you missed out on, but make sure you check it out.
Warning, this is a station-wide emergency. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We can fight the invasion. If I can't save us, I'm taking every last one of them with me.
Neo for $19. Team Ninja's Neo was a game that was long in development. The game was announced back in 2004, and it saw quite a bit of development turmoil. However, it was finally released earlier this year on the PlayStation 4. It's a great Souls-like game with amazing visuals, great gameplay, and an awesome Japanese setting. If you are a fan of the Souls games, Neo is going to be right up your alley, but it's definitely also got its own elements to make it stand out and its own unique experience. It's available for just $19 at Walmart, and that's a great price. South Park The Fractured But Whole for $29. Another very recent release is South Park The Fractured But Whole, and if you played South Park The Stick of Truth, you know how great of a game that was. Very few gamers expected a South Park RPG with traditional mechanics to be an amazing game, but that's exactly what South Park The Stick of Truth was, and The Fractured But Whole is more of the same. You've got that great South Park humor, you've got the great art style, and the gameplay is very good too. Now you've got a superhero theme to it as well, and it just creates an awesome RPG. Again, this is another very recent release, and for just $29 at Walmart, you should check it out.
Super Craig is gay.
Turner.
Until next time. Dude, the fuck? Oh! Are you shitting me? Fast paced.
I can't put a child in a dark room for
Persona 5 for $29. Persona 5 is not only arguably the best game of this year, it's also arguably the best Japanese RPG of all time. Those that have played Persona know how good this series is, but for a while it was a very niche franchise, and it seems like the popularity of Persona exploded with Persona 5. And that's for good reason. Atlus did an amazing job with Persona 5, and you've got amazing aesthetics, a great soundtrack, great gameplay, a great cast of characters. I can go on and on. Persona 5 5 nails every element that is required to be a good RPG, and what's amazing about Persona 5 and its over 100-hour experience is that it always feels fresh. There's always new content to do, and the game never feels repetitive. Even if Japanese RPGs turned you off in the past, I implore you, check out Persona 5, I guarantee it'll win you over, and it's available for just $29 at Walmart. I should also mention that Best Buy, GameStop, and Toys R Us will have it for $30.
Allow me to observe the path of your rehabilitation. Gather personas and bring them here. Execute them and continue to give birth to even stronger personas. The world is not as it should be. It faces an inevitable utter ruin. However, mankind is said to hold the power to overturn even the most dire.
And finally, Middle-earth: Shadow of War for $29. Middle-earth: Shadow of War is the follow-up to one of the best early games of this generation in Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, and it is a lot more of the same, but definitely a better experience than Shadow of Mordor. You've got more content, a great story, and the same exhilarating gameplay. We did have a bit of controversy with Shadow of War with all the microtransactions, but the core game that's here is very good, and for just $29, you're really getting your money's worth out of Middle-earth: Shadow of War. It's available for that price over at Walmart.
Yes. Now, I want to point out right up at the top, if you are watching this episode of Underground on YouTube, you can watch it in 4K. If you're watching it over on Facebook, well, I bet it looks good, but boy, oh boy, better mosey on over to YouTube and see it in 4K as well.
That's right. We're playing it on a PS4 Pro here to get the optimal quality, and looking mighty fun.
Now, I think what we're going to do, obviously this, is set after the events of the original Middle-earth game by Monolith, and here we are going to be taking on a fortress, which are these huge...
So that wraps up the 10 ultimate PlayStation 4 game deals available for Black Friday 2017. What do you think? Which of these games are you going to pick up? Let us know in the comments section down below, and stay tuned for more Black Friday coverage over the next few days on GameCross. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.